That's a big statue.
Yeah. I doubt he's made of concrete. He's probably like
I'm thinking
like a
no,
hammer and
he
aluminum
can't be.
thing.
Yeah, he can't be concrete.
Cast parts that were bolted together or whatnot.
Yeah,
but
that's
he's just
bizarre.
adding that to the frat house, I guess. To the party room.
I'll bet you that's where it winds up.
Right.
A frat house, I can see that.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Gonna have a gorilla. Anybody would want to steal a gorilla is beyond me.
Well, and how you talk him into getting into your truck?
Well, he was clearly
He was
intoxicated.
Yes, yeah.
He was stoned.
Man, or yeah. God, I think it's so funny that people do that kind of stuff, and we know there's cameras everywhere.
Well, clearly there was one here. But here's the amusing thing about it is that thievery, of course, comes in all shapes and sizes. And if you have a marketing thing outside your store like a gorilla, I get it.
Yeah.
There's a restaurant in Cooper Young. Its name rhymes with margaritas. And outside the front door are two giant wooden statues. Mm-hmm. One is of your standard run-of-the-mill Mexican bandito style. He's got the bandoliers, he's got a big hat and all this. And next to her, on the other side, next to him on the other side of the door is this woman, this large-breasted thing that stands there. And every night they wrestle these two things back inside. Because somebody's going to steal them.
Yeah, and see, I think that's sad.
I've walked by them a couple of times, and and these are life-size, maybe a little bit bigger. And you grab them and you try and
walk them in,
They're heavy. They're a few hundred pounds. But they don't, because especially in Memphis, they'll steal everything here.
If it's not bolted down,
What the hell you would do with a couple of Mexican themed statues is beyond me, but you do what
or
you
a gorilla. What's he? Maybe he's got a little zoo. I don't know.
Maybe a little fake zoo.
Yeah.
I'm thinking frat house.
I'm thinking frat house.
I think the gorilla will show back up.
I think this isn't the last we've heard of the gorilla.
Pretty well made gorilla, actually.
Yeah, the detail looks pretty good.
Yeah. He probably wasn't cheap.
No, which is why he stole it. He couldn't afford it.
Exactly.
Dumbass.
All right, we'll pause here. Coming up here in just a moment, we're going to spend a little bit of time with Angela Easley from the Women in Blue. She's going to be performing here in a little bit, and we're going to, not in here, but there.
Right,
but I have some of her music.
So we're going to get to listen to some of it.
Yeah, we'll see what she's all about.
Most certainly.
Because Mark made this happen, and Mark doesn't bring anything that sucks down here.
No,
so,
he has not.
There is that. She just gave me a thumbs up.
Yes.
As she sips on her, tequila.
Tequila, yes.
Or whatever it is.
Bourbon.
Sweet tea.
Sweet tea.
Green tea.
Yeah, gotcha. We'll pause. All of that and more is right up out of the break. Here's your latest headlines from Memphis.
From Feature Stories in Washington, I'm Nick Harper. The police chief of the U.S. city of Memphis has warned
Can you
against
turn down the volume in her headphones?
Yeah,
just a little tiny bit.
The police confrontation with a black man who died 3 months after a traffic stop.
Better, thank you.
Ukraine's allies are set to meet at NATO headquarters to work out long-term plans delivering arms to Ukraine. And the US economy showed solid growth in the final quarter of last year, with GDP coming in at 2.9%.
Radio-Memphis.com is your source for specialized on-demand content and original material. Make sure you bookmark the site and check back often for the latest from the only station in Memphis dedicated entirely to indie music.
Pretty good.
Where are the call letters here?
There isn't. We're an internet-only station.
Oh, okay. I do a radio show in Nashville.
Do you really?
FM in Nashville.
You want to make your idea a priority, but you don't know how to get it off
We
the
do the same thing. We had like 300,000 tuned in last night for a show we did with
and exclusive process that turns
the Youth Showcase.
I forgot the name of them.
International Crossroads Project.
Just like you. Call now and ask for our
Well,
free idea
since
starter guide. We'll
I've
show you how
spent
to securely get started
most of my
and protect
career
your
in
idea.
FM.
Whether you have
I
a
was at Rock
patent or
103 for
not, our process will get your idea ready to get in front of a corporation.
And
Don't let your light
when
bulb
they
of an
went
idea
belly
go
up,
out.
I
Call
built this.
Davison now for your free idea starter
We
guide.
average
Davison
50 to
charges
20
fees for
million
services.
listeners a month.
800-208-9876.
And all we play is just this music, regional music.
800-208-9876.
We've been here. We've been on the air since July 2011.
800-208-9876. Again, that's 208-9877.
LJ. I knew it was L something. I couldn't remember the second one.
Good stories, dark
Like, is it
history, and
LG?
tales of the paranormal.
Yes, he's named after an appliance.
Historical hotspots,
LG, yeah.
amazing tours. Either the Haunted Memphis Bus Tour, Haunted Park
I'm a
Roll,
face
Walking
person.
Ghost Hunt.
I do that too.
Same way.
I'm so much better.
Yeah, I
I've
remember
had
your face. Like
every
a
time I've
million
mentioned your name today, I had to look at my cheat
Oh, I
sheet.
know. I have to write, when people come on my show, I have to write their names down. So I don't
Yes.
forget
More
them.
information
Like,
is
I'll remember
available
your
at
face forever. What's your name? I'll be like,
I know.
Join it.
I'm bad at that.
I don't know why I'm so horrible with names.
So you say you're you're from Nashville?
Yeah.
Right on.
Originally from Mississippi, but I've
Where in
been in
Mississippi?
Nashville for 18 years. Thank you. Poplarville, Mississippi.
Poplarville.
Yeah.
of the doctors we heard
And I grew up playing in New Orleans.
Oh, right on.
Yeah.
Gentle, close to natural acting. A medicine that can be used with complete confidence. Now,
A lot of people,
X-Lax
did
has
y'all
been
already go
popular
over
with
there?
many doctors and millions of
No, we haven't.
No, we've been on here since 9.
We've been, yeah. Our show starts
Okay,
at
yeah, I
9.
talked to Mark. He was over there.
overnight.
Yeah, he's been sending me updates.
With normal regularity.
All right, here we go.
X-Lax is so gentle, so close to natural acting. There's no upset. That's why many doctors and millions of people use X-Lax with complete confidence. X-Lax, the laxative that helps you toward your normal regularity.
I hear you.
Gently, overnight.
Radio Memphis.
Oh, my knees are creaking.
Is that what that was?
That's what that was.
You know. As Earl of Pearl Banks will tell you, old age is hell.
Yeah, man.
I saw not long ago that it has been determined psychologically that no matter your physical age, pretty much most human beings in their mind live between the ages of 18 and 23. Which makes sense.
Yeah. I think I stopped at about 20, 21.
That
Yes.
still makes me laugh.
Well,
you know?
see, that for me, that's like my 14-year-old
Well, yeah, that's, yeah.
self. I don't have one. He's 19 now.
Farts will never cease to be funny.
Yeah, I mean,
Ask Leslie Nielsen.
right.
He was a master. Well, we just started this off with a bang.
Yeah,
Angela Easley is
welcome.
here in the studio. Hello, Angela. How are you?
Thank you so much. Thanks for having me.
Oh, my pleasure. Yeah, you're about to head back down to Beale Street and get on stage for the Women in Blue Showcase.
I am. I'm so excited and honored to be joining so many talented women today. What an honor.
Yeah, this thing has got to be such a really big thing, and I couldn't be more pleased. It's like the highlighted event of the whole IBC.
Yeah, I would say so. Who doesn't like women playing blues, right?
Yes, I do.
That's the whole point, you know. Well, and considering that, you know, the first recorded blues were from women.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
Now, Nashville is home to you, right?
It is. For the last 18 years. I'm originally from South Mississippi, originally a Mississippi girl, but Nashville's home and second home.
I
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
I gotcha. So there is a Nashville Blues Society, right?
There is.
There used to
yes.
not be one.
There was one for a while, then
It
that
quit.
dissolved, and now there is a new one that has been put in place.
It
Oh,
bothered
good.
me. It bothered me to hear that
That it went away?
That it went away.
Yeah.
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 It was only a few years that it went away, and then we started up a new one. Just had to regroup. You know, it's a lot of hard work, as you know, doing that kind of stuff.
Right,
and,
right.
The people that have been doing that one have been running it for quite a while, so I'm sure they were probably just
They were
needing a
tired.
break. They were
Right,
tired.
right.
You know, they were wore out. They've been working hard.
Yeah,
for a while.
Oh, I feel you. The thing about this radio station here is that we encompass music from the Mid-South. So if you put Memphis in the center of a circle and you draw a line that goes from Nashville to Little Rock, in a circle, that would be our area.
Your region.
Yeah.
Great.
That's our region.
Yeah,
So
I'm loving it. Awesome.
because now that you're part of, now that you're from this area, we could easily play your stuff. You see.
Yeah, absolutely.
Not that it's against the rules for us to play things from not here, but
Yeah,
this is
yeah.
kind of how that works. So yeah. So are you working any steady gigs up there or over there?
Yeah, I am constantly working. I have my own radio show in Nashville. It's Angela Easley's Rock and Blues Roots Review on Radio Free Nashville, 103.7 FM, 107.1 FM, radiofreenashville.org. I'm also an artist. I play just around town and I travel quite a bit. I'll be going and playing the Winter Blues Fest in Iowa, February 11th. Des Moines, Iowa, great festival there. But
Yes.
I do travel quite a bit now. just to get out and reach more people, you know,
Mhm.
and get on the festival circuit. And then I'm also producing. I have an independent record label, Class A Records. I have Class A Productions and Class A Publishing, and I have two young artists that I'm producing. A 16-year-old artist, Charlotte Cheyenne, and then another artist, Michaela Matthews. She's about to be 19.
Right on.
So yeah, I'm developing
You're
Some
developing
younger
talent.
artists.
Yeah,
That's cool.
passing the torch. You
Yeah,
know, that's what it's
yeah.
about. I always said,
Well, yeah,
that's
you
his
got to.
place.
You know.
Right,
So when I
right.
could start giving back. And,
Blues is ever evolving, as you know.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
it's fun to tug on the chain of the purists every once in a
Yeah.
while.
Yeah.
You know, and discovering new talent is we do that here a lot too, and it's fun to see
It is.
what's out there. You know,
Yeah.
we had a bunch of youngsters that are playing this weekend over at the Hard Rock for the youth showcase, and I was blown away by how much talent is out there.
The young people blow me away now, and it amazes me because, you know, technology is so different from, you know.
When we were learning.
Right.
Yeah.
The learning method and the learning process is so much different, and it
yeah.
amazes me just what some of these young musicians. I mean, obviously they have to have talent to begin with, but just I wish I would have had all that available to me at that age.
Right.
Right.
They're pretty blessed for that.
So, how did you come up through the blues then? I mean, granted, you had location on your side too, being in Mississippi.
Yeah, I
but,
grew up.
you know.
Yeah, I grew up in South Mississippi, right there, the edge of New Orleans. I grew up playing in New Orleans. Now I kind of transitioned. I grew up in the church, and I started with gospel.
Yes.
And then my family
It's a
listened
common
to
path.
gospel.
Yeah.
Started on gospel. Then I did some country for a while, and then I switched. You know, started playing in New Orleans, and that's when I got developed into blues and the jazz and the funk and really the essence of New Orleans. And that's really, I really draw from all of those things. You know, my music, I say, is kind of like gumbo from the area.
Yeah.
that I'm
Oh,
from.
yeah.
You know, it's got a little bit of everything.
Especially
a little
down
flavor.
there, you know,
Yeah.
because it does pull from a pretty interesting melting pot
Right,
of,
exactly.
of styles and feels and,
Yeah.
you know, that kind of thing. So, yeah, and it's a common path to go from, you know, singing in the church to playing the devil's music.
Oh,
You know?
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah. Right.
It all is the same, you know.
It
it's
does,
the same.
yeah.
You know, just
Because
change the
rock and
lyrics
roll
a
came
little bit.
Right. Right. Exactly. Yes.
Rock and
Just
roll
change
came
what
right
you
through
sing
it.
about.
you
That's
know?
right. That's right.
Exactly. It's all what you do with it. It's all that matters, you know. There's no harm in it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that's, you know, like I said, that's what rock and roll came from.
Absolutely. Yeah, all the music, you know, that's what, all the music genres, they are interlaced. If you look
Oh,
at the
yeah.
history of them and where they started and just the progression of it, everything lends to one another.
To one another.
you
Right.
know.
Blues is a big part of that,
Oh, blues is the foundation of it all.
you know, because country came from some of that.
Yes, absolutely.
And vice versa, there was some
Yeah.
other blues that
Right,
came from
right.
blues. Rap is
Yeah.
considered a form of
Kind
blues.
of a blues type thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
When you listen to some of the subject matter that occurs
Oh,
in
yeah.
a lot of rap or
Yeah.
hip hop, there's, you know, there's those same themes in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So
right.
when you write, then do you write from your own personal experiences, or do you pull from sort of more of a fantasy world?
Everything. A lot of my stuff is from personal, but I write for everything in lots of purposes. So it just depends on what. You know, I can do both.
Yeah, yeah. So is it lyrics for you first and then music, or the other way around?
It depends. It can come in different ways. Sometimes the hook will come. Sometimes I'll hear something. Sometimes just I'll say something myself, and I'll be
Right.
like, "Oh, that's
Hey, that's a good line.
Write
Hey, you write that down.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah, my voice recorder is full of all kinds of crazy jokes
Uh-huh.
that make no sense to
Right.
anybody else.
Right.
But I know what it is, and I can make something out of it. And it just depends. And then sometimes, you know, I'll be jamming because I play guitar and cigar box guitar and piano, and so if I'm just sitting around noodling around or jamming or something, and then, you know, you step upon something, you're like, oh,
Right,
I like that,
right,
and then you start
yeah.
putting it together, and then before
All
you know
these
it, you've written
changes
a
start
song.
happening, you know,
Yeah.
these chord changes,
Right.
these
Yeah.
progressions, and there may be a lick, and then you go, I gotta use this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so it happens both ways for me. It can start with a lyric or a line or just a thought or an idea, or it can start with a riff or a chord progression. Either
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because you have to leave yourself open to anything that, you know, that comes your way.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you don't want to just poo-poo something and then it turns out to
Right.
be, you know,
Really good. Yeah. And how many times has that happened?
or
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
people write something, they go, oh man, this is. Well, I mean, look at some of the hits that people have made, and they're like, wow, we didn't think that was going to do very well.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then those are
And then-
usually the ones that people love. The ones that you hate are usually
Right,
the ones
yeah,
that everybody
right,
else loves.
exactly.
And then you gotta sing it 5 million times.
then
you
you're
know-
burned out of your own tune that you've already hated. This time you
Just
created.
now, this isn't blues, but an example I can think of is Toto's Africa.
Oh yeah.
Steve Lukather hated that song,
Yeah.
and they didn't think it was going to do anything.
It was a filler piece, if I'm not mistaken.
And it became a hit, and Lukather was like, God damn it, now I
You
gotta
gotta
play
sing it for
this
the rest of your
all
life.
over. I gotta play this everywhere we go.
For the rest of my
Yeah,
life.
right.
You're married to it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. But
That's
it
okay.
became a huge hit
Yeah,
for them.
yeah, I think it's pretty worth it.
And
though.
it is, man, it is.
I'm gonna sing something like
Right,
that.
hell yes.
I went to an Eric Clapton show, and he launches into cocaine, and you can see the look on his face, the absolute disdain he
He
has.
didn't want to do it.
He just doesn't like it. Of course, he's turned into this weird racist.
He
crazy
kind
old
of
man.
has, yeah, he's gotten a little
Yeah,
weird.
he's crazy.
He's
Yeah.
gotten strange. But you can tell he didn't like doing cocaine.
Oh yeah, you can tell. Like he's rolling his eyes.
Oh, God, here's this one again.
Yeah.
And it was just, it was just going. It was just rote memory at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
He's probably thinking about what he could be doing elsewhere.
Yeah, what am I eating after this
Yeah.
show?
Yeah.
Cocaine.
I wonder if Gilligan will get off that line.
After the show.
Yeah, I gotta check
Cocaine
up on
and
Mary Ann
tacos.
see what-
I love it.
Yeah, that's
That's the name of my next tour.
Yeah.
Cocaine and tacos.
The other thing that you hear too, and I've heard this 1,000 times, and all the artists that have come through here is that, music comes to you at different times. It just,
Oh yeah.
You could be at a
Especially in
diner.
the middle of the night.
Yeah,
well, that's what I
yeah.
was getting to. He said, this one guy said, he goes, yeah, you're dreaming of the song, and you hear it in your head, and you go, oh my God, this is perfect. And they've already got like the first verse written in their sleep.
Mm-hmm.
And he gets up and he's groggy and he's trying to make a note of it, and he's like, fuck it, it'll be there tomorrow.
Yeah.
And it's
No.
No,
I've-
that's one thing I've learned. If you don't catch it right then, like that moment might be gone.
Yeah,
Sometimes
yeah.
you don't catch it right then.
Yeah.
'Cause
I've
sometimes
I've
it's
had
like
that happen
stuff.
too,
That
and
idea
it's
might go on to somebody else.
That's
Now,
right.
Ideas do. If you don't catch ideas, they'll move on to somebody else.
right.
Leslie West from Mountain.
This is a guitar player, yeah.
Okay.
Big
This is
dude.
the big queen.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. I saw it. He's dead now, but I saw it. In fact, I interviewed him one time. There's a funny story about that, but not for here.
a great
He was talking about that particular tune, and he said, if you understood how simple this kind of tune was, you would wonder why it hadn't been written before it came to me.
Right.
And he said it was one of those songs that had to happen. And the way it was, because he plays lead and rhythm in it. He was the only guitar player in the group. It was a 3-piece.
Yep.
Well, 4-piece if you count the keyboard player. And I think he was too stoned to figure out what was going on. But the way the song structure that works, that was a throwaway. And the whole idea of Mountain's record was, let's just do this and be done with it, and be done with the band.
Oh yeah.
And that tune became a monster.
Yeah.
And the label went back to him and said, we need to crank out another record. And he's like, that was it.
That was it, man.
That's all I got. Of course, he wound up doing
Well, yeah.
Man Took a Sleigh Ride and some other
Right,
stuff.
right.
But he said, that one song was the one that, in a way, fortunately and yet unfortunately defined us.
Yes.
And it's a blues. And he goes, we're not a rock act, we're a blues act.
Right.
A bunch of greasy hippies.
Yeah.
And we just came out with this.
Right.
And it should have been done 30 years ago. But we were the ones that came up with that. And he said, and there it was. They wrote it in like 20 minutes.
There's something that my young artists will ask me a lot, because they'll be worried when they're writing new material. They'll be like, oh, this little part sounds like such and such song that's
Like somebody
now on
else.
the radio.
Yes.
And I'm like, look, there are only so many notes.
No,
and there are only
right.
so many chords and so many ways you can put them together. Of all the however many songs that have been written for all these years.
Right.
We're going to repeat some stuff
Right.
at some point.
And
There's
you're
no
gonna
way to not
hear
repeat it. Yeah.
Styles too.
Yeah, yeah.
Writing
Remember when
styles.
George Harrison and My Sweet
We're
Lord?
all
and
borrowing from each other.
Right.
the
Yeah,
argument
My
that-
Sweet Lord.
that went to court.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And he lost over that.
Yeah.
And his argument was, I am exposed to so much music, it would be natural for some osmosis to occur.
Right.
Yeah,
Exactly.
and
It's not
it
intentional.
does. No.
And the same thing with Stairway to Heaven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's a little more obvious, but I think Jimmy Page may have lifted something.
Yeah.
Was it the band Nature
I
or
can't
something or
remember,
whatever it was? But
Hell, I wrote a song when I was 10 years old.
yeah, what did it sound like?
Zing with the strings of my heart.
Well, that's pretty lofty for a 10-year-old.
Yeah, I sat down at the piano and I said, Mom, Grandma, listen. And I played this.
Cut that crap off,
And they went, that's Zing with the strings of my heart. And I went, no, that's not the name of it. And they went, yeah, that's Sing with the Strings of My Heart.
Here, grab
So-
the turntable. I'll show you.
Yeah, I was crushed.
Exactly.
I have some of your music here.
All right.
I'd like to play a cut.
Absolutely.
I know we only got just a little bit of time before you have to split, but I have the stuff that Mark sent me. Crazy Rain, Don't Let the Devil Down, I Can Let Go, One More Last Time, Rise, and Running Out of Time.
Yes, that is from my new #1 blues album, Rise.
That's the one, yeah.
Right here.
Yeah, there it is. And this is when did you release this?
This debuted #1 on Billboard, SoundScan, and SiriusXM Bluesville February 4th,
Fantastic.
2022. Yeah.
Congratulations.
Right on.
Man, it's been amazing.
Not even a year old, and it's
Yeah.
Did you get any BMA noms for this?
No, unfortunately, I was in the
Oh, hell,
Grammys
man.
for the first round. I was praying for some BMAs, but
Who we got to talk to?
I don't know. Let's call them.
Right.
We'll go there and knock on the door. Hey, check this out, man.
But yeah, it's been an amazing ride. And then I had 3 #1s on Roots Music Report, 2 #1s on Radio Indie Alliance, #9 Global on Digital Radio Tracker, and then it went to Music Row, and I ended up just recently, right before Christmas, #76 on the Music Row breakout charts there.
Right
As
on.
an independent artist on my independent label with all the major labels.
Ain't that something?
Yes, that must feel great.
I bet your rates just went up too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little bit.
A little bit
bit.
more. That's right. It's going to cost you a little more to hear this.
We working.
That's right. Yes.
Well, what's the single off of this that you're pushing, or are you?
We've had several do so well, and Don't Let the Devil Down is the one that just went, but let's do the one with the McCrary sisters, I Can Let Go. That's one of just my favorites. If you know who the McCrary sisters are,
I know
in
of them.
Nashville.
Yes.
Yeah, they're icons and just world renowned there, and I love that song.
Well, let's play it, and we'll come back and chat a little bit more, and then we'll send you on your way to get
All
back
right,
into
sounds
Alfred's.
good.
Okay. All right. Well, here it is, Angela Easley, from her basically her new record that's making all the runs. Rise. This is I Can Let Go at Radio Memphis.
Yeah.
And pardon me, I got to go to the
Oh
bathroom.
yeah, I know how that is.
Coffee.
Coffee and tea and
all
water.
day long.
Straight through. Can you get by?
Yeah. Hold on, guy.
We appreciate you coming by.
Oh yeah, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Anytime you're in town, man, come by. We do a thing on Sunday nights. It's a show called The Booze and Blues. It's one of our biggest shows here, from 8 till 11. And hence the kid. We turn this over into a juke joint for 3 hours, and we have an artist play live the entire night.
Oh wow.
We do a little chat, and they play like maybe 7 or 8 minutes
Yeah, live in studio.
live in studio, and it's become a pretty popular thing.
Okay.
But yeah, if you ever find yourself in town with the band, want to book in, get a hold of Mark,
Okay.
and we'll get you on.
All right.
Love to have you in.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah, I'm excited. I've been in several of the showcases through the IBCs. I've been in the Winning and Blues showcase when it's virtual
Mm-hmm.
because
That
of the
streaming,
pandemic.
yes.
Yeah. But
Which was weird and
this
awkward.
is my first time getting to do the actual showcase in person, so I'm excited about it.
Right.
And of course, Michelle Seidman, worked so hard.
She is a magician.
Yeah, she's amazing.
Her and Kat Riggins. We spoke to Kat this week too.
Yeah, I love Kat too. Amazing. Just so much work goes on behind the scenes of all that stuff that so many people don't realize.
Well, we were talking about this this week. Because Mark, here's our production schedule just for this morning show for this week.
Oh yeah.
And those are all the interviews that we've been booking. And
Okay.
what I want to do, if we can put this a logistical weirdness to this, but I want to be able to, because in essence, we're sort of competing with IBC. And we don't necessarily want to do that, but at the same time, the Blues Foundation has been sort of, dickish about some of this stuff. And what I'd like to do is have a broadcast version of that may happen at a different time. We're not taking away from that show, from that showcase. Like a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday nights.
Okay.
And we'll put in a house band. We've got several cats that can do this. and all the ladies come in here, basically do 10 minutes with a 5-minute little interview, and just cycle them through. Start earlier in the in the evening and go into like to midnight on all 3 of those days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and do our own version of this that would last across that weekend, and just have some fun.
Yeah.
Because there's people that want to come here but they can't get to them.
Yeah, that's what on my radio show I bring people in and they play live.
Yeah.
We don't have a drum kit. It's not this full studio, but
Yeah, we got a whole backline.
we can do small
Acoustic
just
stuff.
acoustic like
We do that as well, but
it's fun.
that's a blast.
Oh yeah.
About
We don't have the space.
About 3 weeks ago, we don't really have it either. We had Suavo and his band and his 18-piece horn band.
Oh my god.
There was a dude in here with a goddamn sousaphone.
Oh my god.
He had to duck so he wouldn't hit the top of that thing. It's crazy.
Oh, thank y'all.
Just in time, too, Daddy-O. 20 seconds.
Man, you have got one hell of a voice.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
It's strong. It's a big, strong voice.
All right, here we go.
Man.
I gotta do now.
Angela Easley here at Radio Memphis from the Rise record, and I Can Let Go.
I've been told that too about me. I get that. I get that.
It has
It does, yes.
Well, that doesn't suck. I'll tell
No,
you that.
it does not.
That's a big noise you're making.
Oh, well, thank you. I appreciate it.
A lot of power behind that.
Yeah, there is. I was impressed. I did have to rush out during the song, but I heard
Had to
the
squeeze one
beginning.
off, didn't you? Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I came back. I was listening. I was like, wow, you've got a powerhouse of a voice.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I appreciate it.
You recorded this in Nashville?
I did.
What
I
studio did you do this in?
My best friend, longtime producer, Walter Scott. He's been with me since 2011.
Right on.
Yeah.
Well, that's worked out well.
Yeah, he and I.
Y'all haven't killed each
co-produced.
other yet, so there's
No.
Right.
Yeah. No, he puts up with me. But, yeah, he's amazing piano player. He plays every instrument like amazingly, but his primary instrument is keys.
Was it just
Yeah.
the two of you, or did you have a band back when?
No, it's band. I'm playing piano. He's playing B3, and that right there was my band that pretty much the core band that I worked with
That
for
you-
4 years. Pandemic kind of disbanded us a little bit
Yeah.
because we couldn't work. We were going so good, and then pandemic shut everybody down.
Everybody.
And I have an autoimmune condition, so I really had to stay home longer than
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
else.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
so that kind of shook things up a little bit, but that was my core band that I worked with for about 4 years, and a few people are still with me, but a few people moved on to some other stuff when I wasn't working. Of course, they still will come work.
Sure,
with me
sure.
when they can, but sometimes
Yeah.
it switches up. But I was blessed.
So when you made this record, then are you one of those folks that record in a live setting, as many people as you can at the same time, or do you piecemeal the thing?
Yeah, no, we did a lot of this live. I mean, this is pretty much almost a live record. Like I went in, we laid the tracks, played the song maybe 2-3 times each time. Then, like for my lead vocal, I go in and sing 3 takes on each song, and we just pick the best one.
Right,
There's no
right.
editing. There's no tuning. No, I mean, it's the real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that's what we do here, and I don't because there's a plasticity to that. and I don't like that. You want
lose
to,
the
especially
magic
in
when
this.
you
So you're
start-
talking about doing like track by track. Here's the drum
Yeah,
track.
comping
Now let's
and all
lay
that
down.
stuff,
Right,
too
right.
many comps.
Yeah.
You lose the magic,
You want to catch that lightning in a
Well,
bottle.
there's-
and the
yeah.
way to do that is to do it live, and that's why I almost refuse militantly to let my drummer use a click track.
Oh
I want that rhythm
God,
section to
yeah.
breathe.
yeah.
You know,
A little
because
bit.
there's that occasional slowdown, that speed up that
Yeah.
fits, and these guys have been doing these songs for a
Human
long time.
element.
Right. Right.
It doesn't
You're not a
sound-
machine anyway.
That's where the soul is found.
Exactly.
It doesn't
Yeah.
need to be mechanical, and if I've got a drummer and a bass player that can sit in that pocket,
Oh yeah.
you cannot computerize that. You
Right.
got to
No,
let that
no.
go. And you can't just track the rhythm with everything else as scratch tracks. By that point, you want to add your guitars. Scratch the vocal because you're in the unless you're completely isolated.
Right.
But you can go back in and lay those in. That's easy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
That's a piece of cake. You can do it on another day.
Yeah, and
That's-
that's and that's what we did. We got all our tracks, and then I just went in and would do my lead vocals. Just run it a few times, and That'd be it.
That'd be it.
Yeah.
Simple.
Yeah.
You're the kind of artist that a lot of engineers would like to work with because
I'm pretty fast in the studio. I do all the backup vocals on my. Well, I had a couple guest artists on this just because they're amazing, and I wanted to have.
And you wanted to have them on there, yeah.
Powerhouses with me.
Right, right.
we're going to have the McQuarrie sisters. We're going to do it, my guy. Yes.
And then I had my great friend Shelley Fairchild. She's another powerhouse in Nashville. And then I had Heidi Burson as well. She's another powerhouse in Nashville. And she, you know, between all of them, I was like in heaven with a powerhouse female vocalist on my album, you know? Because I just love that. I love
So
it.
Rise is available. Obviously, we're sold.
Yeah, everywhere. Go get it.
But I'd like to point them to the place where you're going to get the most money out of that.
Go to my website,
Yes.
AngelaEasley.com.
AngelaEasley.
You can get a signed copy there, a
Well,
personalized
see that?
signed copy.
Yeah.
See, nowhere else I get to sign it. But if you go to my website, AngelaEasley.com, I'll sign it to you.
And that way, you get all the money.
Yeah, exactly.
And Jeff Bezos doesn't get any of it.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
right.
So screw him.
But yeah, this is everywhere. This is in Walmart, Target, Barnes and Noble. I mean, everywhere on their website. You know, you can order it everywhere digital music is sold. Every major
Fabulous.
retailer.
Fabulous.
Yeah.
So have you thought about following up with this? Now, do you know what you're going to do?
Oh yeah, I've already gotten my songs written for my next album, and I'm getting ready to record it sometime this year. You know, I'm
You're going to make a full.
getting
This is
on
more of
the
an EP,
schedule.
I think.
Yeah, this is 6 songs. I'll probably stick about the same time because it's just for budget and time sake.
Yeah.
It's so much more economical, and I
The
just think
dic-
it's
yeah,
a little bit smarter. You know, when
It
you're
is.
still on a budget and you're still trying to grow at a faster pace, to do shorter length albums.
The reason why I ask is that have you given any thought to vinyl?
I would love to do some vinyl.
Yeah,
absolutely.
yeah.
I think that's
We've
where
had
we're
that
headed.
conversation a lot.
Well, we've had a lot of musicians. That's the only thing that they're doing now.
Oh yeah, these are obsolete. I just bring them. These are
Well,
like
sure, but it's just
souvenirs,
a
you know.
well, it's a data management process at
Right,
that point.
right.
But an LP, you know, you've got the option to throw in a download card if they want to digitize, and you
Right.
know, you're not selling it twice. You're just selling it for a little bit more.
Right, right.
But that pays for the vinyl, the experience of it by listening to the whole album instead of just picking your favorites.
Right.
And then all the artwork that goes into that, and the liner notes, and
Absolutely,
you know,
absolutely.
and I know it is more pricey, but
Yeah.
you know, we got a big plant here that is starting to. It's about to be really big. Probably be the largest record plant in North America.
Oh wow.
They're putting like $1 gazillion improvement into this thing. And
Big.
it's already big.
Okay.
But yeah, Memphis record pressing,
Okay.
record plant, record pressing.
I'll
Anyway,
have to check that out.
Yeah.
check it out. And it has like a 6-month run up too.
Oh
They are
yeah.
that far behind.
Wow, yeah, they're
on-
working.
And I think it's because of vinyl though.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
they get
Yeah.
bags of the little vinyl beads that they have to melt down to make the
Oh,
thing,
yeah.
and they do like tie-dye looking records. They can do some really
yeah.
cool
I've
stuff.
seen some
You
cool
remember like the
vinyls.
clear red or orange records that we've seen?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I think they're doing some more like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
One of my friends, they did a gold one recently in Nashville. I thought that it was like gold plate, you know,
Like the gold ones you get in the
color-
frames?
No, but like their vinyl was
Gold
somehow
color.
Gold color, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
And it was,
far
like,
out.
shiny and pretty. Like,
Well, isn't that what they do with gold records? Isn't it just a vinyl
Spray
record
paint.
that they painted?
And you know what else? Here's a little secret. The gold and the platinum records that you get from the label and the
Yeah,
frames
they're
and
just
stuff,
painted. I knew they're just
they're not even your record. They just grab something
a
off
record and paint it.
They paint it and slap a label on it. There's one out here, and then I have a couple more at home, and one of them has, I think it's the Damn Yankees record.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Okay. When you look at the label, it says like the first side A is like 6 tracks, but there's like 8
On the album
Yeah.
itself.
And then there was a story that we did not long ago about a guy that was at a party and he pulled his he wanted, they were all drunk and he pulled the record out of the frame and he put it on. He goes, "I'm going to play my platinum record," and it was like a Frank Sinatra.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
It's like, dude, it's just
Yeah.
it's commemorative. That's all
Right.
it is. But then it is. Angela, thank you so much.
Thank
We're going to
you.
get you back out on the road
Yeah.
and
We'll
get
We'll
on
have to have you come
downtown.
back in and play.
Absolutely, I'd love that. Thanks
You'll
so
see,
much for having me.
you'll see Mark down there,
I will.
and tell him you want to get on the show, and we'll get you booked in.
Yeah.
And,
You're only a few hours down the road.
Yeah, oh yeah.
you're basically
Hop, skip, and a jump.
really
Right.
East Memphis or West Nashville. That
Yeah,
depends on how you
right.
wanna put it.
Yeah.
That's kind of how it is. But Angela Easley, thank you so much. Good luck with the new record and all that stuff in your progress. And if there's anything we can do to help you out, just let me know.
Thank you so much.
We're here for
Thanks
you.
for having me.
Good luck
Thank you
this
for being
afternoon
here.
down there. All right, kids, we'll pause on the way. I did scare up a little bit of science news, and we got the chumps on the way here too. We'll pause. We'll be back in a minute with music on the way from some Roger Mexico, and wow, this is Angela Easley, well, whoever she is. Don't Let the Devil Down. It is it's coming up out of the break, and you listen to it right here at Radio Memphis.
Thank you.
Thank you guys, I really appreciate it.
You bet. Thank you. And have fun.
Say hi to Facebook.
I forgot that was up there. Hold on, Facebook.